Hey everyone, welcome to the JB podcast. Today we're diving into something everyone wants but few truly understand: success, and more specifically, the blueprint to get there that actually makes success happen. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Success isn't about one big breakthrough moment, it's about the small, often invisible decisions you make every single day. And it all starts with your mindset. Speaking of mindset, here's the first major truth bomb. Successful people aren't necessarily smarter or more talented. They've just mastered something crucial: their inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself shapes everything, and I mean everything. When you face a setback, do you say, "I failed" or "I learned"? This isn't just positive thinking, it's about building a resilient mindset that can weather any storm. Now, building on this idea of mindset mastery, let's talk about a game-changing trick, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. When you're procrastinating or hesitating, count down from 5, and when you hit 1, you move. No questions, no debates with yourself. This bypasses your brain's natural resistance to difficult tasks. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. While we're on the topic of taking action, there's another key mindset shift that's crucial to understand. Success loves clarity. Vague goals get vague results. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," get ridiculously specific. What does success look like for you? What time will you wake up? What actions will you take? What numbers do you need to hit? The more specific you are, the more your brain can actually create a roadmap to get there. This brings us to something that often gets overlooked. Success requires you to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Growth happens in discomfort. Instead of avoiding difficult situations, start actively seeking them out. Make that tough phone call first thing in the morning. Have that challenging conversation you've been putting off. The more you do this, the more your comfort zone expands. And speaking of expanding your comfort zone, let me introduce you to a powerful mindset trick called future pacing. Every morning, spend 5 minutes visualizing yourself at the end of the day, having completed everything you need to do. Feel the satisfaction, experience the pride. This primes your brain for success and makes you more likely to follow through. Now, here's a truth that might be hard to swallow, but it connects directly to what we've been discussing. Success requires you to become boring. Yes, boring. Successful people are often boring in their consistency. They do the same important things day after day, regardless of how they feel. They've learned to fall in love with monotony in pursuit of their goals. Since we're talking about building consistent habits, let's discuss another crucial mindset shift: understanding the power of micro commitments. Instead of overwhelming yourself with massive goals, break them down into ridiculously small steps. Want to write a book? Start with 1 paragraph a day. Want to get in shape? Start with 1 push-up. These small wins build momentum and confidence. Building on this idea of small actions, here's a powerful trick. Use the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This prevents small tasks from piling up and cluttering your mind. It's about maintaining mental clarity for the bigger challenges. Now let's dive deeper into something that successful people understand intimately: the power of systems over goals. Goals are important, but systems make them happen. Don't just focus on losing weight. Create a system for healthy eating. Don't just aim for success. Build daily routines that make success inevitable. While we're on the topic of making better decisions, let me share another mindset hack: the 10-10-10 rule. When making decisions, ask yourself, how will I feel about this 10 minutes from now, 10 months from now, 10 years from now? This helps you make decisions aligned with your long-term success rather than short-term comfort. This naturally leads us to one of the most powerful mindset shifts: understanding that success is subtraction, not addition. It's not about doing more things, it's about doing fewer things better. What can you eliminate? What can you simplify? What's not serving your goals? Here's a practical tip. Use the power of temptation bundling. Pair something you need to do with something you want to do. For example, only listen to your favourite podcast while exercising. Only watch Netflix while doing meal prep. This makes the necessary tasks more enjoyable. Speaking of setting yourself up for success, let's talk about the morning mindset. The first hour of your day sets the tone for everything else. Create a morning routine that primes you for success. But here's the key: make it so easy you can't say no. Start with just 5 minutes if you need to. This brings us to another crucial aspect of the success blueprint: understanding the power of your environment. Your environment will either support your success or sabotage it. Set up your space for success. Make the good habits easy and the bad habits hard. This can be separating your workspace from everything else, leaving your phone in a different room, and just putting yourself in a space where the only thing you can do is the work that needs to be done. And now, let me share something that might change your game entirely: the concept of identity-based habits. This ties everything we've discussed together. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become. I'm a firm believer of looking the part as well as acting the part. This, in my opinion, helps shift that mindset just a little to start living the life you wish to live and doing what needs to be done. The beauty of these principles is that they work together, creating a compound effect that accelerates your journey to success. Start with one or two that resonate most with you and build from there. That's all for today's episode of the JB podcast. If you found value in today's discussion, make sure to subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.